What is up? Hold up. What is up, people? Nikki XB here. Hold on, let me get situated real quick.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
How y'all doing? Y'all good? Alright. So, some of y'all, a couple of my, friends have been asking me why I haven't been uploading. And I'm making this video to tell you that the reason I haven't been uploading is because I don't have a computer anymore.
What?
No, I'm just joking. I'm building a new PC, so I haven't been able to upload. We got most of the parts here today, but we don't have all of them. So today's going to be building my PC and a guide to what you should look for when you want to build a PC, what you should do and what you shouldn't do. So we're going to do all of that. It's probably going to be a two-part video. We're going to do all that today. That's what we're going to do. I'm going to flip my camera around so it's facing like over here or something. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do today. All right, okay. So to start this video off, we're going to start with the case. The case I'm going to show you. Don't say a word. The case I'm going to show you is a case that I felt best fitted my needs. All right. So look, the case that I went with. This is the case right here. Bam, bada bing, bada boom, yo. Panzer G Max or Max R or something like that. What is it? Panzer Max G. There we go. Panzer Max G is the case that I went with. This by far is the biggest case that I've ever had. The box that this came in, when I took this out the box, I just took it out the box, but it didn't record for some reason. On my old box, the thermal case that I had before that, it fits inside of that. This is a big, bulky. It's not bulky, but this is a big, heavy-duty case. When you're looking for cases, don't go and just buy the first case that you see that just looks good, because you will be tempted to do that. It needs to. For me, what I look for when I'm buying a case is it looks good. If it functions right and it has good airflow. When you're looking at a case and you really get set on the case, go on YouTube, type in the case's name, and look up reviews for it. I did that same exact thing for this case. And the same thing that happened to the dude that bought this case, except for this. This didn't come broken. These both work. It didn't come with RGB fans. It didn't come with any fans in the front, and it came with one fan in the back, which is fine. I've already had that set in mind that possibly was going to happen. That's not a game breaker for me. This case is really heavy duty. It has a really strong construction. It's really, really nice. Big case. And the reason I wanted to get a decent sized case with a lot of room in it is because I don't know the extent of how much this case is, or how much my build is going to improve. Anyways, yeah. So there's that. Bam. That's the case. This is what I will get more into what it looks like on the inside and stuff like that later. So another thing to take into note, when you're building a PC and you're getting into building a PC, don't just go out and buy the most expensive stuff, the name brand stuff, the high stuff. You don't need that. Matter of fact, you really don't need too much if you're only gaming, if you're just buying a gaming PC just to game. The PC that I had over here, that I was doing my rendering on, editing videos at 1080p, constant 60 frames, not fluctuating it. They were the videos I try to get all constant 60 frames, all that stuff. That was only a 1070, not a TI, it was just a 1070 and an i5 4960K. It wasn't crazy. And I was getting 100 FPS on Call of Duty. I was getting I was still playing graphics on high settings. I was still using my stuff I was still doing a lot of stuff that everybody tries to get for. 4K, you want all this 4K stuff, you want all this nice stuff, you have to get everything that supports it. You can't just go out and buy, oh yeah, I got a 3090 and my monitors are like, they only use 1080. It's pointless. When you buy something, everything has to support it. That's just like going out and buying let's say you go out and buy a 2080 Ti and you get a processor that's like an i3. It doesn't make any sense. It's not, that processor is completely underpowered for the capability of your build and the GPU. That's what we're getting into. I'm gonna pause this real quick because I gotta see if I gotta go get this graphics card or not. All right, so grab the rest of this. What I went and got. Let's start with my motherboard. My motherboard. I don't know if I overdid. No, I didn't overdo it. I got a really good. Hold on, let me make sure the camera look right. There we go. I got a really good motherboard. Asus Prime Z390. Hey, this is the motherboard I got. It is roughly, I think I'm gonna say 200. It's about $200. It's a pretty spendy motherboard, yo. The reason I got this motherboard is because my plan is to run an i7 9. What is my processor? i7 9700K. This supports that. For a processor like that, you need a really good motherboard. You don't want to get a cheap motherboard that just like doesn't live up to the hype. I guess that is the worst. That is the worst way to explain that. But you don't want to get a motherboard that's too underpowered for your processor. That is a possibility too. You buy a overkill processor and you get an underkill motherboard, you're not going to be able to reach the maximum capability of your processor. So I went with this. I've already opened this too. This is my motherboard. ATX motherboard. It's very overkillish. I had to get something that supported my build, and I'm getting hopefully today I can get this 3070. Okay, so just so you guys can kind of like see. Push. Huh? Oh, this comes out? Yo. I did not know that. Let me be careful before I break it. How do you get this out then? So yeah, this is my 2TB Seagate Barracuda HDD. This is gonna be where most of my main files store. I'm probably gonna have this and another SSD. The difference between SSD and HDD is high definition doo-doo. So I thought I'd share this real quick. When you get motherboards, they come with this casing that goes around. Like when you see all computers, they have that little thing right there. That's not connected on the motherboard. You have to push that in. So what I do is I push a corner in. Like this is probably like one of the hardest parts of like building a computer. Just pushing this in and that's it. You push it in with one corner, and then it'll start to form in the other corners. Just force it in there. Just don't push in the center of it. Push on the outer edges so you don't bend this, because you can't bend this. So I'm holding the camera now so you guys can get a better sense of what I'm talking about. Oh man. So check this out. When you buy a PC case, this is another reason why you need to make sure everything works together. When you're buying a motherboard and when you're buying a PC case, you have to make sure the case will fit the motherboard. Okay, you can't just buy a case and you can't just buy a motherboard and just throw them together. You have to make sure it fits. This is an ATX motherboard. This is a fat motherboard. It's huge. Hence the reason why I got a bigger case. This would have fit in my other case, but it would have been compact. So this is the motherboard, and the case has these holes that strap this motherboard down. You see on the you can see there's a hole right there. There's a hole right there. So you just have to make sure this all fits. Ooh, got that little strand over there. Take that off. You have to make sure this all fits together. So what I do is I just set it on top of it. Make sure that this is lined up over here as best as you can get it. And then I put them in corner to corner. So up here, up there, here, here. And then you go from there, and then you do it. Don't just do all one side because it'll warp the motherboard and then you'll be in a whole world of trouble. I'm not gonna tell you what type of trouble you're gonna be in, but you're gonna be in some type of trouble. Let me just tell you. Okay, so it's been about an hour and a half since I initially said I was gonna put this in, but that's how going building PCs go. You just gotta be careful, take your time and make sure everything is done correctly. I think that was a a smart move what I did right there. I think that's what that is for. I couldn't find any other use for it. So yeah, motherboard is officially in this giant case, and this is a big motherboard. This is my hand, and that's how big the motherboard is. This is how big the space is, and I can fit about 10 of my hands in this inside of this. So the next piece that we are going to place in it, because I just want to get it done, and it is the most valuable piece, is the card, the processor. So if I can figure this out, so they tell you that they only go in there a certain way. You don't take that plastic piece out yet. Let's open this up, and I'm going to put the camera back up on top of this, and then we'll be right back. Very, you see those little holes right there? On the top right, very top right, where those grooves have to meet at, this card will only go in one way. It doesn't go in another way. You don't force it another way, it goes in one way. After you've done that, you push that on top of it. Oh wait, hold up. You make sure that's all the way down for one. It slides under that. You do that like that, and then the plastic piece pops right off. Damn. There you go. That's how you properly install a processor. Okay, so I don't have my graphics card yet, which is the RTX 3070. So can't put that in yet, and I don't have my power supply yet. All that stuff's going to be here tomorrow. That's why it's going to be a 2-part video. So what I can put in, because I am putting these in here. I think these are 4 GB RAM sticks, and then I have my two 36 GB or my two 16 GB RAM sticks coming in tomorrow as well with my PSU. I mean, what am I talking about? Yeah, power supply unit, PSU. That's coming in tomorrow. But I will put these in there. Actually, you can look up what the main 2 slots are for your RAM sticks are, because you only put them in 2 at a time. You don't put them right next to each other, because that's not how it works. You have to skip it's 99% of the time always like this. You have one, and then you skip one and you put another one in. Being that it is that my other RAM sticks are going to be here, so it doesn't matter which ones I put in first, because they're all going to be filled. I take that into consideration, but say for instance, if you were just running 2 RAM sticks, you would have to look up and see which slots are the 2 slots that are the main power sources for your your motherboard. So put that in. This one actually has 2 clips. It clips on both sides. So bam, those 2 RAM sticks are in there. My other ones will be here tomorrow. What else do I have to install? Oh, this. I've never installed one of these before. And you wanna know what's funny? We was talking about earlier how you're not supposed to drop these. I accidentally dropped it on the floor, but I don't think it's broken. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that real quick. We're gonna put that in. I'm gonna figure out how to do that. I might have to look up a video if I can't figure it out myself, and I'm not gonna ruin this board. So tough. And you know what? I think I know what goes in this. I didn't